What's that? You believe everything. That's what David told me. But anyway, I gotta circle that anyway. Love. Let's go find. Hopefully this won't. This file won't. Have a problem with files getting stuck there for a minute there. So we got some breaking news. Yeah, I don't think there's somebody good news. I don't big blabber about and let me mess it up, Steve. All right, hold on. Hold tight. This folder has been really coming. It's coming on. Let's get it together. Look at that. Let's go over here. Let's go right on the internet. Say hello. Okay, we'll keep us glued in some of the. Okay, I'll tell you what. Not you. You just saying. Don't be flirting with the girls. Come on, Steve. Come on, work. Boom. All right, boss. All right, we'll be right back. Not damn easy. Let's go with this one. Oh, that's what we heard, but we'll just go right there for now. Right there. Okay, let's go here. You have to put California and see. All right. No, just if I don't think that may not be. Make sure we're right here local. I usually don't look at it. At least it comes out like this. You just go to the police chief first. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Okay, some pretty good news. I'm busy me over there. Change your command. Doesn't say change command. Okay, look around. Well, trying to done a bit that way. A little more trying a bit, Steve. All right. Okay, we have this recording for quality assurances. Gentlemen, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, then we might be clear to go about that other direction where we talked about it last best friend who had the China Lake wasn't there. You don't talk like that. All right. And let's see, only if there's a sale at Saks Fappan. Well, just congratulations. Did you hear about it? No, we got breaking news. One of your guys. Wow, you're kidding. Not kid, you're not. Okay, let's see. Wow, that's still, just because you would. All right, let's stand by what was it him? No, I think, wait. Was it him? No, it was him. Yeah. No, he's the guy that helped us out right here.
That's the guy that comes down to the building.
Oh, he is?
I think so.
And
He comes to visit that other guy.
Well, be real. Incoming is an internal thing at devil here. That the dealer X the talking got slurped, and so we want to do this and put him in jail or something, castrate him, and our epics are wanting this to go up and out. We have to really figure out a way to put a lid on it without, and not only that, get back the atmospheric integrity that's lost when nukes. Oh, this is so terrible a scene. And so it gets very, 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 very complicated when one or two areas of when information passed needs to be kind of affirmed. Like, you're not supposed to be going out and about space, doing people out, and rectal, and those kind of things, rectal insemination, rape, kill deals, and image totally not a boogeyman image. And so if you're a faithful type of image person, you get really the most out of this, you know, real a lot. And if you happen to be like a square or not a square, if you happen, I forgot to knock one under. Oh, you did? Congratulations, you've been elected, but not exactly, but we're going to look at it that way, because if you told me that Steve over here, Steve over here, thank you. I should be, I was very worried about that guy. I was just on the line, and rather not give any more information on there where it was, but we really need to figure out. Well, that was a good maneuver, because that guy was just. So let's. Everybody started to get. What was that one dude? Oh, that's it. I laughed my hand. Some joke about you started cases there. Anyway, let's get back to what we want to say, what we want to see. First of all, we need some kind of note, and not a note to need to note trick, you know. So if I were to tell you or share to you or instigate not, instigation, if it is telepathic 24/7, 365 everyday affair, if it is, it could be annoying, especially if whoever or whatever an authority to say or not say does not like to hear it. 27 years, you, and stipulating, you should have told the truth from the get-go, so you guys could have been doing this stuff way long ago. And it broke me out 26 years, and I'm doing this 27 years now. See? So when Chief Cook, yeah, Westminster, Chief Cook, gentlemen, our area, Chief Cook, yeah, when he went back in the day, and we're jumping the fences, well, you gotta be kidding. No, not that guy. But if I would have never thought or wanted to think what would happen to me if I told anybody that you told us that Steve was a miracle maker back in the day, a miracle maker of beyond belief. And that's what it said, miracle maker. And that guy was homing in in recent times and gobbling up everything to do, but miracle maker at Long Island and all that. I still don't believe it, because I mean I do, but I used to go to, I remember Yankee Stadium a little bit. I'd take my army boots off. I don't remember a miracle. I don't really believe it too much. I better believe it. See, there's reasons I better believe it. But in what context? Growth, culmination. Then it said, what did you call it? Photogenesis is what we looked up. Photogenesis, asexual kind of reproduction. And so how fast and how thrashed do I want to get real quick if I were to tell anybody? Steve made it. First it was the world, then it wasn't the world. And then I thought, because we weren't having people and individuals on the line debating, debating. And so it was like an open line of communication, sort of say, and or that was the invitation for it to be. And for some reason or another, let's not get all mad about it or get mad about it, but there is much sense of urgency and need right now about debris field. What is a debris field? A nuclear debris field. That is a very, very bad, sad thing. So one subject over here is, this helped out a lot, but BETO, now not to be immature, but to be mature, that it's so uncivilized and so barbaric. That's my phone. Boom, 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 boom. I'm in trouble, and I could all of a sudden.
Hello,
Oh no, this.
how you
I
doing?
guess that is that guy a little bit. It might be.
How you doing?
But we're really thankful. Hopefully that way it went this
Hello?
way. And you keep a hold on that. But yeah, as we were saying, debris fields, and nuclear areas of nuke your way out of not trying to work the situation into something to do with a real human-like cultivation of humanity type deals, not monsters. But we made you, it said, through binary extract, and you got real big and did it like we did one of my worlds, like boom, and so to have self-control, or to be, let me show you some of these photos here, see if we can, because if you don't show photos, you're not much. Because this is, sometimes you use it like photo, or subpoena photography, that sort of thing. If you don't know, this folder is really not happening right now.
Sorry about that, my phone was on the speaker.
And that's too bad, because it's good to keep it running and keep the voices going, keep the flow going. And by this having a,
Summer?
keep it cool now, keep it
I
cool.
was gonna kick you down some.
Don't,
Yeah.
anyway,
You
this
have to sleep
folder's
like a
dead right
motherfucker.
now.
I tell you what, when you take like 1 at night before bedtime,
Excuse me,
you go to
don't talk to me
relax
right now,
bedtime,
please.
and you sleep like a baby.
All right, try it again.
Yeah.
Well, bring some photos here and let's see, take a look at this.
I'm on Steve's house, kicking back.
Yeah, and that is a great big relief, because that thing, when it was just nuke everything every minute.
No, not at all.
And that is not funny, because I was making a mention that you are not a sponge. And to try to discipline myself or others or something that was running amok and add like and the reason being, the East Coast is not the same as was reported, and that is a made-to-order type of thought set, so to say. That's what. Now, how do I want to get my face rearranged? It's still a circle over there. You better be. Let me tell you, you're funny. But the matter of cartoon phenomena, that there, and I pretend to be a simulation of you got a little bit of fecal lorry matter, all that kind of good stuff. To say a real good witness account. There's a lot of things I might not be, a lot of things I am, didn't do, did. Excuse me, quit getting excited out there. Anyway, no, let's go over this now. A debris field, where we left off, because the bee man was like that about it, and he had evidently absorbed and assumed very many others. I mean, police people also very many of their collective of their as big as they were. So to try to look at this in a professional and polite manner and productive manner that doesn't make anything to do with anyone look like a goofus or any such. A goofus, no. But at the same time, ways to bring about a thing to do with, did you say miracle worker? Upchuck. Oh, this man, that'd be too formal. Formal. So, no, I'm scared, very scared. And I scare easy. It might sound like I can try to wing it, fake it. I saw me get up and I'll kill you. Yeah, right. But anyone comes to the door, boom, boom, boom. And I'm 60, and I'm a real human, a toothpick, real human, not a big double cheeseburger with lineation in every central area of, not complex, but over cosmos and superior, no, not that, universal, way big double-sided, right here. So this man helped us out real big if you're not going to be a nukes galore, nukes away. See? So to stand, keep this brown and protect this guy's ass. Protect his ass. So, because I was, oh, wow, that is great news. That is no Mickey Mouse. Because that guy, you know, I was just getting ready to call and leave a nasty message when the information just came in. Real nasty. I was looking for a vocalizer and just try to say something, act like it wasn't me, kill your ass or something. Seriously. It's not a Mickey Mouse thing. Nukes it all away. Abusify the aperture so terrible that let me move this over. Now let's get some of these nice photos, because we got some great photos here, and not so great, but great photos that really can, but we have very much senses and needs and urgencies to think of Hugh Shelton, Johnny Vowell going south, Ricky Royal. Oh, you know, that is just way too much. And Ricky Royal seems to have a high end over there, so somehow or another, or you like flipped it to him, help, let me show you how you do it and stuff. You did that, I think. Because we heard that, but maybe he was just on the verge of being able to one up on you. Oh, yeah. So that could have been that, too. But this is a very, very unique inside broadcast, so to say, or filmed. Keep narrating, but you got to get those photos out there, because you don't put them out there, especially the, what is termed, what is that called? Yeah, subpoena photography. Yeah, subpoena. Christopher Wray, you're under arrest. And I mean it. But at the same time, when you're assumed, you have to let him, make sure he gets a little bit of individuality from that. And that nice, and this incubating both cockroaches and doing monster sex, so terrible. And so make sure when we have this information, and that bunch of Mickey Mouses that no, I know what I got, so. And yes, I'm not saying that I ask you, Steve, I tell you what, I'll give you $500, take a swing at me. Huh? No, not right now, please. All that kind of stuff. Okay. Let's see over here. Let's go. We can look at these files. You probably might not get them. Maybe I got them. So we got the council affairs, this, Ascon, testable foul play. Come on. Something wrong with this folder. Oh, there it is. Okay, now get this. Oh, you know, I'm afraid to even have that one up anymore right now, because I don't want anything to say. So I need a secretary here. And some of these photos I cannot look at. I have to ask, can you put these kind of photos up to 8823? I cannot look at them. And because also I have to write some type of statutory areas of illimitable and limitable laws that of the habeas corpus type. You think of somebody, you bring a picture of somebody that either fell down or went down to the ground, and oh, about time that guy was killing everybody. And all of a sudden you think of them and talk about them, and all of a sudden, boom, they're back. And it's very, very much a big need to govern and to, not to control, but keep a, to control even, but not, that may not be the right word for it, to have a handle on how to manage and micromanage the better ones and keep down and low and out of sight and sound for as good as forever the very, very undesirable areas of those that came to be recklessly abandoned the laws and the fires of life, especially the fires of life. And so let's see, we can do some fast areas. Oh yeah, and that one guy, Rick Arroyo, he's a big problem. A big problem? He is the biggest problem. It started out from the get-go, and that gives some kind of rise of light that miracle working, get-go, pre-planned. And somehow you need your face knocked out, though, Steve, somehow about it. I'll tell you that. Very much I could be facing that. that I could be facing maybe. I get close corners. African, that one, I knock you out for reason or another. You told me. So let's move along here. But this one was, yep, that's a very, very. Now this is very much a very dilemma's bad situation there. But the mention of Telecare continuing to lie about our diagnosis with every intention of doing worse than they got planned to do. I don't know if I told you, I think I did mention here and there, do police up all the way fast, just for the fun of it, and be a snidely weirdo. I kid you not. And let's not look at him until we get a good look at the right side. We make him look real bad. Real bad. And I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, very much so. But so what we're kind of reporting, we've got very many different aspects now to take a look at, and aspects and ratios. And so we demanded a $30,000 note. We were supposed to get a $100,000 note some years ago, or try, or get an effort, Treasury Department, but every treasurer or treasury, not to say it was been looted this time, but when saw us coming and saw maybe Steve didn't have a great big ESP, but the image, I'm never going to talk unless the image though, oh no, I'm out of here. So by having or getting prejudiced, very much so, everybody will want to lie about it very badly. And next thing you know, it's a very terrible scene, because a reflector field technology connotes to look at yourself or doing to yourself. And when it first happened to me, and the divine intervention in Westminster, 9182 Coronet address there, 1989, December 10th, after a few months or weeks, and just before the Invisible Wars, oh, Millie. To look at myself, it looks down like me, like a reflector field. It is God. I think I must be in trouble. I was thinking that at first a little. And so, sharing this with some of the, not to go with the inmates about this, please. Be elite, if you would. That's what it said. You see Steve acting all spiffy. I did my area. I not played my part, but did a pretty okay job so far. My end. Surprising, too. Very surprising. And so, 1982, 1989 that was, and the Visible Wars, where were we there? And they mentioned a reflector field right looking down your thing. I don't want to say my soul. Yeah, I guess it is. It was. So by 1994, we were able to have video and images available and afford those kind of things to those areas and those concerns. Everybody who's anybody could have done the same, because for one, for sure, we posted it or brought it out. Not posted it. We passed all the police stations we could in L.A. and the videos went, look, wow. Easy money. And as you would know, and I would know, selling cheap con man tools, but this was a really good product. I'm going to be rich. I plan to be rich. You got hot potato, yours. A 2-week sale, 3-week sale, and it'd be yours. Defense, police, homicide. Got any problem? Leave it to the image. I'm out of here. And so I was looking at it as not only a quick sale, but, well, I can use it too. I'm trying to maximize, try to make the most out of it, and that sort of thing. Oh, a good thing happened, just not judging that we talk about you. And this also, we have cockroach problems, worries. This guy's on the list right here. And this guy's still beating a dead horse. still trying everything he can to do with do Steve away and lie about the whole thing. Really bad situation. If I told you telecare is really serious threatening manners to everyone. And, you know, I told you that. And they turn you into a cat real quick. No. Turn your sister in all the family when they got right when they got when they came back from the resurrection. They massacred how many people did your mama back and forth, your mama, dad, and Damien. That is so serious, especially Damien and Ray. That is so serious a crime to ream and kill 1,000 different times. So, whoa, you thought a knocker just that many times, an hour, a minute, and B, that guy was very much the perpetrator. No, he was also a perpetrator, but telecare was the perpetrator of the murder, sorcery, magic, abuse. To call it magic connotes like it's okay, it's fun, it's not, but it isn't. Murder magic, no, worse than that. To ream your mom and kill it, like a machine trying to extricate satanic type Luciferian energies in a maximized way and manner to bring about, let's make sure we make this very clear when we say victimize, sir. And that's not fun, that by telecare. Forfeiture laws, ding ding ding, Christopher Ray, finally got a job for you, ding ding ding, service. We're sharing, not to sound too fast or too slow, when you maximize that extraction of that kind of energy. But against my mom, that's what, are you sure? Yeah, right. And just to hope to see the worst type of outcome in a disappearing, appearing act, at the worst type of time, at the worst type of rearrangement of molecules, at the worst type of, to think it's funny to do everything or anything away that knows or doesn't know a thing to do about what we're sharing now. Then how many of you happen to do one of those and you have energy, you don't want to be like God's had to start out somewhere. That sentence was shared and stipulated around the boards. How about that one? So when Steve over here has got energy and no energy at all, and it went before this, nada, but just as the holiness area, and it was even thought at a recent time, no, not her. I don't think it, but never mind about that. But very giant, and so it became aware of it. Maybe it isn't out of the picture to bring about worlds and constellations like Charlie Schofer supposedly did. So maybe it was that, but I doubt that though. But I don't doubt it too much. So to be anything a thing to do with a to and from communication line, like any love affair, one way or not one way, but not like love. I'm gonna give you shit stick. Excuse me, Steve. Okay. And so, what we wanted to have here is a little bit more of what we really use is moving the sensor area and take like a brick to ANTZEE's head a little bit. ANTZEE, I need 3 hours, 8 hours Tuesday and Thursday over here. Not over here, over here. So if you need just a tiniest little over here on that day, with 70 to 80% of the sensor over there or there, ideas like that, instead of, no, not the end of all eternity, that sensor over there. Come on, Steve. And I too would share and stipulate. Steve Anderson headache, number 9. Because those that are on the computer working real hard and doing typing all day, sometimes Anderson headache.
No.
So those areas of, especially the sensor. This was, the mic, the sensor. Oh, sensor. Yeah, you're right, Nancy, sensor. So we have a problem with not just BETO, but Manny. Now Manny was an infiltrator somehow about it, and he infiltrated through the lines. Get some more pictures up, come on. Ain't nothing, you gotta get them to go etch like that. All right. No, not you. Get some other. All right. Get those BDS. You sure you need your face rearranged? I'm positive somebody wants you have to get my face rearranged real bad. Okay, one moment, please. Excuse me, please. One moment, please. You got these rearranged the wrong way, but let's move this. And this was really something, we really like to have a place for Steven Spielberg about this too, by the way. And this photo right here, these, right, we'll show you right here, this. And we really like to relish or to keep a place without getting victimized and abused, and come to a consensus to value and cherish and keep and align and keep a boundaries, something to say, the far and high and low and the in-betweens of the areas, instead of go out of something centrical about it. So we're not lost in space somewhere and bound by a spine of Steve's. No, you wouldn't say something like that. You're a spine, Steve. You do miracle work. When I was young, I did take off his boots and stuff, and I used to the store, wall balls, and I didn't remember. I mean, I could look this over, and so when I thought it, but you saw what happened. So when you called the hospital yesterday, remember, it's a made-to-order hospital. It's a closed area of nothing there but a Luciferian scam job. That's what it said. And it looked like it to me, too. A Luciferian-like scam job. No, yet. It wasn't. And then when I go to sleep at night, it was shared and stipulated. So we get this. Everything, just about everything, everybody. No such thing as the world that's spitting free with a big commerce full of trade and all that. Everybody trickles down into a paper into the, like a saucer thing, base people, that was very not. Information being shared. So, and it was all very many of your surrounding sight, and peoples and sounds you personally have been party to. So, seeing a relief right here from the captivity or the assumed identities from him, we really are hoping to have much more hope and responsibility and a sense of how and why to not Mickey Mouse this situation, especially if someone were to get in very, very bad trouble with something to do with affirmament is a word when we first read the Bible, sir. Bible teachings, firmament. And to equate a firmament with a atmospheric area of blown atmospheres or debris fields so terrible, Seal Beach and Westminster togetherly, please act domesticated now in the event that this might be the last day even, if anything to do with what the image, who is God, to people that try to make the most of it and very straightforwardly to some, or as I said, it's got within the bounds of highs and lows and east and west and the faiths and the particulars to mention of the variables of life, so to say. So Damien's a big problem to come over here and act like he could be a murder, queer, devil, do any girlfriend, brazen, looking for a fight and spreading disease with Ricky, and that's our targetable. Those are the ones trying to kill everybody too. And BETO was setting that up like a motherfucker too. After you captured them, sucked them down. See? So to stop right there and move this photo out and let these guys do their thing, and not try to get them victimized, abused, that they might have a chance to go. Don't bring them out too much anymore, Steve. Let them do their own thing. Get away from that photo. There's lots of, very many threats here. And although it might seem near and far away, the thought of a little bit of hormone levels up and a few of these and a few of those, and great big worlds, and that sort of thing to you. And you might think that, oh, it may not be true. Everybody in a safety screen, take for granted a safety screen. Take that for granted. That you may not want to do that too much. Take for granted. But the thought of actually way big worlds, and that somebody just stick their dick in a world that we've got the photos right here. It tells a story. It's like they want to do your world. It's like doing your hiney or something like that. And that's not a funny thing to laugh at, because I know it is the right why. See? So, but somebody knows they explain it all, the city hall bow. See? But Steve can act like if somebody gonna jump you or get a call, get over it. I'm a toothpick, maybe they'll never know. So we wanted to go with our Navy friends over there that we were talking about earlier. And we wanted to kind of pass the baton that way, and that is a really good picture to pass the baton. But we have to change the subject as we go down the list here a little bit, as opposed to subjects we wanted to talk in an orderly manner sometimes. And to have a girlfriend again, that could be a relief. So great if we can get back on track now a little bit. Where Ricky's and Damien's on the loose still. And so that is not going to be a possibility until they are castrated or summarily executed in a way we forgot or didn't get around to putting in writing and stipulating in a very profound manner habeas corpus type laws, like we were mentioning earlier, that how many times did somebody, we don't want to mention their names, supposedly died or fell to the ground, or don't use died words, or killed, or don't use it, come back up, dearly departed. Dearly departed can mean anything. Oh, I departed, but to pronounce you dead and in the crypt, and no more come up. And to see they come up very much often right out of a quick hibernation state, only to keep recidivist trying and nuclear attacking and going to Don and going to B guy, and whoa, all of a sudden kablooey, and that 6B cycle of recidivism, repeating pie. Very, 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 very unfortunate and sad to see, especially if I had a hand in making you too. See? And see, are you talking about me or you? You must be, you had a hand. See? But to say that Steve was a miracle worker, it must have been some magic thing. But still, circle it and chalk it up, move along with the research. Say, oh yeah, I'm a lucky man. Just keep working, and absorb and breathe, and not just vociferously go out. Because that's what we did at first, with saying, Charlie made the constellations, but wait a minute. You're saying the Empire State Building. Then we got back to the cemeteries of life. A very, very much important factor was shared. But not one person wanted us, hardly at all, wanted it. I object, let me hear my motion, and let me comment on that. So if there's any way to bypass the cruel finger pointing of are said to be things that got in the way that would make us not be able to come forward and be like the British. Yeah, the Parliament, you know, so let's move it down just a little bit, just to see what it looks like this. And recording, audio as well, assurance. And so if you were to try to experiment yourselves, especially within the realm of the thought set of that what do you call that, microphone, or that sensor, yeah, Steve's sensor, that way too much. And I agree about that. So at the time, let's get your buddy back up here in a minute. At the time, Steve kind of believes but doesn't want to hold it on anyone, or the higher power, breathe more life into or not, or so. At the time, it would maybe have been nicer to hope for it was like a memory allocated for an individuality sort of situation, and to get a little more individuality and memory, depending on the pertinences of the location and the progress, or the liabilities that were being given and taken and seen and construed for and not. So memory maybe, but yeah, let's go over here. The aspect of you folks to try to work this program yourselves, should I be working in another atmosphere, another dimension even, and need to get what I would share as hypnotized. I'm going to go over here, back in here. Here, your buddy over here. I got you. No, come on, Steve. Don't talk to your friends like that. All right, great. So the thought of a need for the program at the time was, I thought that we were making a bunch of noise with our guitar at Westminster, I was thinking was the deal. And it was kind of buzzing by, and whatever, what is this guy? Smash or trash? And that's what I kind of thought for a good minute. And anyone making dive bomb noises so loud and really in disguise or behind the scenes, everybody is, very many were their own type of telepathy on their own, see? And so we're wearing headphones and making a bunch of really loud drilling, just very lead guitar. But it was a little bit different because what's this you bought the lyrics from Kurt, see? You and Kurt been way back, and as much, not way back, for quite a few many years, observed. And look at Stevie trying to, he can't sing, but we tried and kept going in it. And just in case, I wound up single, or Kurt was throwing him in the trash after the sessions, you know. Much rather pay a little bit and just keep him aside, because some lucky punchlines there were there. So, yeah, very little, but, and that was about that. But loud noises, guitar and bombs and Don and all that kind of stuff. And so, whether it was aware or not aware, or became aware, or it can go back in time. I'm going to show you where you said I wasn't aware in it. You could maybe call me a jive turkey. Not, Steve, come on. All right. Not to be doubting or be obstinate. That's Charlie Wayne. You're not being obstinate. No. So the loud noises and loud guitar sounds, and a public amperage or amplification system could really mean something, or mean a very bad situation to some people, some civilizations, some not. The use of public amplification, and whether it's magnified magnetic fields of electric guitars in very many areas and very little areas, of what damage can or may not be done by those kind of uses of try to be nice about it, harmonic this, harmonic that. But this generation's and that one, get the. So the notch needs wanting to be harmonically in tune and aligned with each other. At the same time, you hear all these different kinds of noises and sounds. It's just a really terrible scene, maybe, or something. You know, nuclear abuses and magicians everywhere. And why isn't that all cleaned up? And I tell you what I do it in 12 hours. Magician wars. Those are the kind of things I was thinking that after the fact. But back then, when the divine intervention like thing came, it was CNN, and I was there. I was a news hound. Yep. And keep an eye on national security. Just you chicken, you'll fight the war, you chicken squad. Maybe so. That's all it is. You know, McNamara, I know what's with egg down there. He tell you real good. Well, who's that guy? But it scares me. But yeah, even so. So to bring it together, those thoughts about what kind of thoughts and what kind of moods and news and things that could give a consensus that miracle worker, nah. I just don't. But it says it, and we saw it in recent times now that the place is not as it used to be. It's way, way, way down to almost ended, believe it or not. And to say, I'm going to pretty much get mine because I forgot to murder. So I don't want to really say, but you guys can really get shafted. You guys can really get shafted and getting all mad at Steve too. Ricky, that let Ricky and the worst ones manhandle the area of what we shared. Howieson's people and everyone else, don't go there with it. Go with kind of Steve's identity a little bit more towards it. Caucasian-ish, a little tint of, you want to do it, yeah, like that. Go that way as much as you could. And so, by sharing those information bits, when the latest 2 or 3 or 4, 3 years came about, and the newer information of Charles Schofer came also, and assumed identities of even George Bush. It looked like, whether it's trick photography or not, it looked like it was actually all that. And then the mention of assumed identities becomes more and more and more and more a thing of what is going on, what is very dangerous and not dangerous, very dangerous. To say material facts and or to say absolutisms of the Hispanic or however, a Luciferian area of manipulation of gravity waves and ways to be devil-like surprises and fireflies took all of a sudden. A devil appeared. And that was the last time I thought, that is not even funny though, you know. If something is someone that would do, to keep a watch out for others, that self as others areas of, if you wouldn't want that to happen to you, you're not one to talk. I'm just a little klepto here, klepto as much as I could, not do much of that. And so, yeah, we liked him, Mike Baldwin too. We liked him. He was a really fun, friendly guy and stuff. But I had to really watch out when I'm finding out that these guys are giants, Steve. You thought a cockroach. Excuse me. That you are very, very small, very small, and so you rather these guys come down to pint size and defog their energies, especially the ones that are out of line. So that are just completely like Ricky and B word and all that. So let's go up here and down through here. But we have a little bit better rapport, tiny bit, easy, not hardly any rapport, but Huntington Beach is very, very difficult. We put the left side of the, scroll down and take a look, and little subpoena-like areas of very, very difficult. You thought this, when Don Trump saw this, he just, oh my goodness, bombs away. You know why, though? And some could say this is why, but this is what we thought was why. First of all, let's make sure we got it. Let it all hang out, get it over with. Your business. Authorized, not authorized. Authorized, not authorized. Reason being and stipulation being, when an individual, this is my guess on it in stipulation, when John Warner or people like that sit through 3.5, as you heard, I talked about it earlier. I don't want any of it, I'm John Warner, asides. But when he sit through 3.5 areas, 4 hours, 7 hours of inquiries, I find in the ground and nobody gonna you bring their name sheets up only to see hell. It's Steve. And that was Telecare that did a lot of that. Now, are we jumping from John Warner to hell to Telecare? But so, or people that have a tendency to work with gun handlers are a lot less predispositioned to sit through only about 20 minutes. I gotta get moving. I got something. And so, all due regard, not due regard, if this doesn't appear to be a percolator area of a toothpick area of some double side, it very much needs to get back on track or get aligned or what's said and saw and shared firmament and blown atmospheres in recent times, especially by BETO's ass motherfucker die, really, really terribly so. And if you didn't think that was really good news to hear that, don't let him see your face, or and everything to do with kill that ass and kill Ricky's ass, because they're trying to do everything to do with whatever happens. And to shape one's future or to see the loss and pick and roll the loss like Beto the fuck did. Beto did that for the most part. I'm still thinking he can do it, but I'm going to try to stay up on top of him. Oh, yes, I am. And I got to try to make a phone call or something and use a vocalizer or something, act like I'm somebody over here or somebody, but he's right here now. I probably know he hears. But say I want him in the nuclear area giving ideas to Garza, whoever the fuck, could be another nuke attack, because he might have lost it. So hang on and be strong. And always remember, please, if all else fails as a defense, use one of these mirror on the wall. Look at how many you did, and you did smell it. Just everyone, everywhere. Lied right here, right now. You didn't even look at that. Look how they hang out, Robert. Something to do with listening it in. See if we can work anything out. You just look the other way and whoop, 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 whoop. Attention span of a cuss word I can't even describe. I don't even want to get it up. I don't want to even look at it once in a while. Not even hardly at all. But yes, I was scared. I got him down here right in a very, very critical time. He's out there shooting right now. Is that me? Yes, he is. Shooting he's shooting my ass right there. You wouldn't believe everything you'd suggested. No, I would. You're in a dimensionality area. He just took a shot at you. So you're in your right regard to kill his ass, Ricky's ass. Boy, Steve, let me see your muscles. No. You say it sounds, well, I would do it if I had a 45 caliber rounds, and I'm very much the chicken. Guns, don't do that. No. But it had come to a situation so terrible that everybody on the East Coast is over here leeching off your area of what's left. See? So if there was some confusion that the need to be able to maintain, if it was asked of me, if I did any of that and became knock one out, and like I was thinking with that chick, I like her, but she's wrong, and she's being asinine. Oh, now you're going out with Damien, man. Oh, if I were ever thought to do that. But at the same time, if I were ever thought to like the chick a little bit, she's just doing wrong, and good, and I know what that does. I can do that, go with that. I didn't really know, but I could. I would want to have to, you would want to have to be a god. Your mind said all the way or work just like we're doing it, that interest, have nothing to do with a vindictive area wanting to be a complete and total troublemaking B word going down. But that is what BETO did, was. Ricky, too, the same. No consensus whatsoever to, if you or one ever ran into these super energies, you know, to be honest and share this as much as you can, dishonest, not dishonest. If you said dishonest, I'll object to that. You said dishonest, I'll be honest, you know that. Okay, you're right. So, if we may proceed, you had super energies and Steve, and then you'd be all these big problems would go away. Everybody's really, and that is a big problem. So between me and I'm gonna check out, never thinking, you know, I can't do that. Come on, you gotta make a place for a person, an individual that doesn't murder. You know, but that's how everybody does it. And you're not going there, no. The whole place looks very nice. So it was kind of, seriously, we laid down our lives twice. We tried to try to help out, see what happened there. And we did, we didn't, we did. And it was a real SOS need. God was in trouble. There was no Mickey Mouse to be a fuckhead about. And yeah, I'd never come on serious shit. So when the GOD is in trouble, and then we see BETO, a tap, a very big tap, just go like that. Any which where he could go. Any friend, anywhere. Any not friend, everything to do. I know nothing about you lying. Everything to do opposite, whatever this may be. Even especially against ANTZEE, all the way. And so when it was shared to me a little bit, just in even recent times, that Mary doing Damien just being an asshole to me, and it looked pretty good too. She looked pretty good, yeah. And you know, but that with Damien, a very bad pervert, and you know, very bad. Any girlfriend I had, he was with, Ricky was in. Oh, so terrible. Poor. To say Steve has been victimized so bad, you're missing the point. That airhead kissing his butt, and to say that this is really the guy, the way to go right there. You just saw a jackpot dude right there. Jackpot. But I still circle that old testament area. You should know him about all that stuff. Just in case. Not all, but have a good perspective and understanding the ins and outs and the depths and insides of those areas of Hallow. But anyway, those guys are just a scene. Oh yeah, and the Mary area. Even she was going to Damien, and so Damien is Rick or spooing and leading the spoo in every vagina ass that can campaign and try to make more Leviathan monster fucks. Like I said, it all to do with it's very ugly and nuclear areas of being fuck around and take over your thoughts all of a sudden because you knocked one or two out and they're one up and they whatever excuse they did, you didn't even have to knock one out. So the idea here being is, I tell you what I'm gonna do with you, Steve. If I send you shopping and I get a kind of cute gal or something to hook you up with, I'm not gonna say you. But very much so. For a minute though, wait a minute, stop right there. Or were we at the subject of you're $4,000? But yeah, I am upset because Damien playing on my anything she's like nice at first, you know. If you're having any trouble in this flying saucer abuse giving you a problem, I told her that. I told the other Melissa that. Just before she got done in and taken up too. That ain't the shits. No kidding. I did. Her too, both of them. I told them both. That strange occurrence, I told them both. Come over here, stay here, something like, because I knew that they were breeding that kind of behavior and doing everything to do with why they exist as a mental health profession. And that is, I guess it was true, that if Steve ever found out the idea going on, see, that he was a miracle maker, very, very, and Yonkers, and then you saw it, and then you went back and you went west. Steve, how do you like to get knocked out? You gotta believe that. Suggestive is, anybody could suggest. So there is that argument too, though, some degree. I'm gonna give you some suggestion, all right? Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Oh yeah, Danny. Even Danny. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some suggestion. You know, so between those areas, it's a medium in between, and research and collect and gather and to try to quantify, and before you wouldn't want a big weenie in your mouth. No. Yeah, of course not. Excuse me. So, anyway, she looked really good. I get my peak hole open and stuff like that. And so, it finally dawned on me, how could you anyone could ever, be quiet now. And this is some serious shit. I don't want to say this ain't. So by psyching that everybody's in a jam because of Steve in a way big manner, and because of Rick the other way, and BETO the other way, so it was too. And that this was a breakthrough that we just heard, and we're going to kill somebody's ass. Just like these two, Rick and BETO, are not, and their Hispanic area of irresponsibility and incompetence is so terrible and so obviously. And now the police chief, though, yesterday and last night, I was starting to get a little bit areas of, maybe, keep trying, Steve, over here. Keep trying over here, ORENELAS. Keep trying, given his own independence here and there a little bit. And so try, if we could, to cover him, if we could. He's going to be, he's BETO and those guys. Rick thinks he's easy. I'm pretty sure in BETO. So these, and let me go get these guys so we can see that they're trying, did a pact with Don Trump, BETO, boom, out went the lights, nuclear. I'm locking you up. And yep, and it seemed like it was really what was going on. And it was February 21st morning, very early. It's something to do with local areas of Kablooey. And how sad as that could ever be imagined. Even if density got some nuclear composite, or that's when the lights went out and set the stage of continual. Don Trump also getting his individual capacity back, though, which not usually could really happen. Is what I would. Am I guessing, or is ANTZEE gives back there, which you would be done real quick, or the assumer of the identities. See, now he can play you or play the whole lot. See. So to try to be very, 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 very professional, polite, mindful of where does it come from, where are we going with this? Are we supposed to just be a big old fat parasite and you're a leech and Steve is joke's on you? Or do we really want our own individual capacity straight up? Not any old individual. Our own individual capacity straight up like a motherfucker asshole, Steve. Okay? I'm like, of course, all that. I'm bad. You don't have to tell me. Go get something to drink. A bomber. That'll make you happy. Anyway, individual capacities. The thought, if while I went to sleep that night, late at night, everything would come trickling down like a little fog and a little thing of like a magic thing of what do you call that? Smoke thing, ebb tide thing in the ground. And they come up like some kind of bizarreness, you know. So if something is controlling you and them, an assumed identity that does that, magic, and Luciferian like dark sauce of cruise, see? And Don, Big Don Trump was the big doggy out there, see? He was way big, you know, but that's what the information's there. And he was getting off different than ream jobs. And so, and it might sound immature to you, Steve, a little bit, but when you're that big, our world looks like a little pussy or something, assholes. You know, it does. It does. Well, we need to get a Monsanto ride and get them down. And that, and we're really, if I was in trouble and I got caught by this, whatever I want, I'll get back on her. But if I was caught, first thing I would think of, like anyone that stole a cookie, so a thief area of subject, scared, not scared, very scared. Okay, all right, yeah, I'll give it back. You're right, all right, but not a real super bad, stinking, macho, big bad thief, robber. And this is not something to even think about putting Steve away, please. We just think that this is the furthest we've gone, all the times, to be able to have a couple. And this is not something that really to be too jumpy. No, $1,000. No, I want to take a swing. So if somebody paid me $1,500 to take a swing, excuse me, no. What I want to hurt somebody, for whatever reason, any old reason, to situate mentality and intellectual, individual capacity, those sort of things, or to play Steve a dumbass. I wouldn't do that anymore. I would, whoever it is that has a psych or a side of, wait a minute, they look like little pussies, big old world. I'll show you. I'll be right back. Excuse me, please. Thank you. So, you know, when you're that big, Steve, I'll be right back. I'll show you what I mean. See, like, you wouldn't know, you know, Steve? All right.
Hey, Sarah, you know what? That chip tooth that we were looking at, it turned out that it wasn't a phone that was missing space in the amalgam. It turned out that it was a cracked tooth.
I think you got those web pages. Let's go to web pages because those, you might want to look, they're up there.
The analysis was that it
And so you want to
crown.
copy any of these.
X-rays.
Just make, if we could, just make sure that they nobody's stealing files.
He showed me that it needs to have a crown, and the case scenario is now that they're going to present it to the insurance to see if the insurance will pay for it. So pray for me that the insurance
So if we can try not to act like you're that guy, because he was acting completely all right, but you're trying to act like you're more jumpy than him. See?
Porcelain's good enough.
And they could say, and believe me, I don't want that to go. That's the closest we got. I wouldn't be a bloat scene on that. You just helped out. What we need here is like a higher priest, authority side, and a parent side, and those are the horticulture and agriculture. Shh, oh, darn it, it's loud. He's loud. So that's what I would say if I was caught and I did that situation. I'd like I had to marry you. Because that's the first time, really, I really would give it a second, third, fourth, fifth, real good hard look. And that could actually also be something not rule out, especially if it was knowing and unknowing. But, you like Ned Newport, but he'd be down kind of from Newport a little bit. We kind of good. We don't do nothing too real bad, but you don't go to Anaheim. That no. So when I got 647 bead one too many times at Anaheim, and it kind of dawned on me finally to stop knocking one out. I grew out of that at 32, but we get back to this other subject. And so by trying to stay away from extra gallons or monetary areas, and as if to note blood work for this particular occasion, professional level more, if some areas of maturity you need to, but any reason why I would, you're not trying to insinuate I would take you, that's some area of, sometimes they used to say the Chinese or the Japanese, you fix up with whoever, you get lucky man any way you do, all that kind of. So to stay aligned and in tuned, again, at these Hispanic areas, let's go to these. Okay, Jeff, I'll talk to you in a bit.
Yep, okay, I'm returning to get some water.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to this. Yeah, so I would stay the course around him. And I tried to get Mr. CIA director from way back there, what was his name? That blonde guy, what's his name, blonde hair guy? After I kind of scouted him out for it, next thing you know, Trump's he's mine now, trying to work him against me. I was mad about that. But let's look over here. Let's not get, and Bob Anderson, remember this, Bob Anderson and Rick Arroyo were named as those that were the pre-planners with Charles Schofer to do every living thing off in creation, my friends. And to act like you got a radio here and you got other things you above me, and pardon me, I don't know. But I could do this really good. I can act like but I get scared as a chicken squat. You come in the door and it's very, very scared. And I'm really not that, I have to act like I think I act. I don't got nothing there. I got nothing. And I could do a pretty good job sometimes acting. I'm you and all that. But that could be just for the interest of the thing and the betterment areas, not necessarily me personally, or the act of that thought set, not necessarily the act of actually doing the act of the thought set, or the act of trying to find somebody ability bigger. You're doing mad. So we've got many, very, very particulars here. But the difference between here, the difference between Manny on the loose and on the prowl, and being very underhanded, and try to be reasonable about your father, Steve. First of all, it was how do I want to die? But it seems that is true. It's true, but I thought Florence, I got picked up when I was 5 years old, but it seems that that's true to some degree. But there's other areas of what I believe is very much true that I was bodacious. You were there. I'm not saying you were there. But you and me there, the last 20 years, if I want to be incandescent or not, or my life depended on line, and yours too, by the way, yours too, depended on it, to try to pass the baton in a way that it could self-sustain, and the population could self-sustain its growth, that bring us back and forward, and phase advance us, and to keep it growing and growing to all eternity. Something like if this ever happened to anybody. Heaven, okay, all I know about it. That's all you need to know. All right, I'll do that. I'll do the document of heaven. Don't be a bunch of weird about stuff. Even. So if one were to qualify or not, that sort of thing. So this is not done yet, please. And when you get a little bit older and some of the things, or pass this to the kind of individuals that, like a John Warner type of deal, unless it's too late. And to need a wherewithal and patience to not only be able to stop right there, clear that, because I want to take over the conversation, see if I can do something with someone, and add my own areas right there, step right there. And so how you or others would go ahead and do the, not only forum type or higher and lower courts capabilities and open forum sharing and stipulate. And that's for this, and Your Honor, this is what I got to share for now. May I rest our case here and open the forum to the left case and right case. Your Honor, sir, regard for peace worthy of long-lived, safety-oriented outcomes. Amen. Overnight, sir. We'll let it go out at that. And come back a little later, maybe, or something. But the subjects that we have to really work on before we remember to close out, if you want to pipe me, if somebody else want to pipe, some legislative areas of statute, like areas of research, like areas of what laws on the books that could look really good, like laws on the books, whether they're 1300s or size 5, and I could do it maybe the next couple of days tonight, would satisfy our need to be able to keep aligned and in check an orderly manner of those that can come forward and those that have to stay down and not come up at all. Should somebody mention somebody's name, whoa, next thing, whoa, then everybody start laughing and be foolish, and next thing you know, bombs away, like we saw with Don, in fact. And some people are better at politicians and some people are better at gambling, see? And just like, I'm with Don all the way, let's fight. And that is a lot of the time the way, it seemed the way, but it was a pre-planned area. And Don and Mr. Joe, I was lobbying for him, like I'm saying, kind of lobbying. He's not Hillary, and let Hillary know. Not Don, but after he took the reins and he saw the thing, the image, and say the handed Andy Cartoon the thing was an indiscreet way to describe it, the contours, and I don't even call it that. The APBXC program or something. Excuse me, please mind your manners and note your own lives and ours and others before you come over here forgetting accident. And the money and all that. But it is that though this far along, guys. This far along. Reason being, no such thing as real attorneys. Why are you talking over me? You're disruptive when the subject is no such thing as real attorneys. Therefore, let's fight about it, is all you seem to be getting at. Is that mirroring it? And so by having a relationship with Rick and Dick and Charlie and whoever fucked their way, and not Charlie, Damien, whoever the worst fucking fuckers would be fuck you, Steve. See that? Exactly that. So to think that she didn't hear anything like that, professional manner, not unprofessional. That how can one would want me to think and understand, how could it, and be also like a God-minded area of super energy arise from a deal or exchange like that. So it's like that, but what the fuck you doing? No fucking smelly ass, the wrongest thing you could ever to fuck you, smelly, fuck you, and personally, and then get the fuck out of here. So after thinking about it, and this is like the first time I thought, well, who would ever, no, I wouldn't even think about it, but what would ever qualify for something to do like that, and what reason? And so we were thought about it and stuff like that, and Melissa, and she'd do the same fucking thing, and I warned you both. I warned you the fuck both about it before it went down, about those guys. And I tried to be nice about it. And who do you think the first thing you wanted to go to be the fucking enemy of all enemies about it? Nuking the fuck everybody, you go run kissing their ass. But But they assume, take them over, see? And the women-like people are very, very vulnerable. Women like people. No more women, too. They become not even the same anymore, again. But I know somebody that can change that still. But like I was trying to say, but something to do with the last thing the fuck you ever the fuck wanted. Sergeant K, you didn't hear that? You might think, no. Or maybe so, or maybe not. But the interest of acting like a GOD-like thing, or maybe GODs one time had to go through way, way, way back in primitive as it ever got. They had to do that kind of hard knocks. And straight up, man. Where you going, man? If you don't have, this is the most uptight, out of sight, and not used tampon. Come on, please. So that subject of those two, and those two, yeah, I tried to warn them before. And the subject, whether they were on saucer ships before, and whose they were, whose property, no such thing. You don't be disrespectful. I'm not the bad guy here. I made you, but live under my roof, my laws, or get out. Don't come over here and say, pay up. That's why I said pay up. Because you falsely diagnosed for a fight, for Luciferian sidesmanships. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And that is a shoot, shoot, dead on sight order I gave. Now, whatever the fuck is good for, or whatever the fuck it ain't for, or I'm a dead duck for saying so, but not really that it's illegal that much, because you're caught, and you're threatening me. You're doing illegal. And if I get, and however you see it, I ain't got one he kicked my ass, better start running, and that maybe is more so. I ain't a very fast runner. And you know, the old bummer scene wordage, ANTZEE, no bumming, and all that. So to try to be mature about this, and where I was at with this, and when words like blood work were mentioned, that sort of thing, and not whoredom, and all due regard, Charlie Odom, that's not a good idea for me, for sure, seriously. And so, just like BETO and Ricky are a very bad one to give a heck, as long as it live to pop it and die. Suicidal Jamestown area of open close, all right. The funniest thing. And by seeing and psyching that this over here, this, and I want to keep it that way, and I'm going to be an asshole to try it if I have to, because I think that's a better way to be. And so, in saying to value my life and saying a clear shot at what thinks they can come over to bring Ricky to move in and Damien to move in and not pay rent and be a fucking fuck you to me management program, and holy shit. I was very fucking pissed off. You heard me yelling like a motherfucker the other day. And I am just so fucking fortunate that somebody didn't pop that door open and bust my nose in, too. But that is very, very upsetting, though. Very upsetting. I don't care. Laugh. The table's here. I don't care. Laugh. And I don't want them to drag you. They're going to try to act like you drag in really easy. It looks like you're going here. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to fuck somebody up. Mind attitude, please. Reds and that. So you're not, and Steve is higher classification, see? See? A percolator, and I'm not going to say you thrash either, outbox him, outreach him. Yep. And so you outplay guitar, come on, all right, don't do that. No, damn. So this is really, really, really a breakthrough, this one, even though not a lot of photos. Even Sergeant Gaines, how are you? Good day. So to be a rocket ship to I don't know, and to be a flying saucer mobile to I don't know, only thing I know is trajectories or coordinates make me feel like I gotta go, and I get big insemination streams of who knows what. It's just fucking everybody. It kills everybody. It's a real pop the bee on it, but boom. So, and it need to have a agreement that I disagree is not qualified. And so there was no doubt that there's no such thing as real judges and lawyers right now, bypassing it. Fine, friendly, so you guys can't do the work. Don't want to be, oh yeah, that's what I like to see. You like to kick Steve's ass. Go buy him a pizza. Go. So Steve needs to go shopping and walking and have a girlfriend like type thing. All right, that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks is the best thing for now. Move the sensor a little bit, and that kind of shift rotation work program, that kind of treat it as a program of work, and keep it away from the Hispanic areas for now, for good. Or not to manage the areas so you could provide maybe a little bit at those there. Like New England, it was kind of the same. Was the information, but in the interest of nobody's perfect, it's all ANTZEE. Tap on BETO. ANTZEE, what did you do that for? Next thing you know, you ain't dead with a millionaire, but this guy's going whoosh, and that's where we are with that happening there. So sometimes the ANTZEE people want to be nice and friendly and do those things. Try to, So, but at the same time, it's very rude and inconsiderate. Don't even say that, please. ANTZEE, you did it. So we have to try to make the most of what we could. Have you guys can do a 10 times, 20 times better job than Steve. I really believe it. Although the temptations to step on Steve like a little cockroach. Yeah. Well, it's kind of diminishing a little bit more and more so than how it used to be, I think. I really believe so. But we are in very, to say, what is it, Poseidon man's water or something right now, real troubled water right there. And Steve, you better do some American things and then you get them back on track. But BETO and those guys, and Rick is on a nuke spree right now too. And so is Manny. And you need to stay here, aligned over here, like a big TNT, like a big, you want me to describe this. Let me hear, yeah, let me look at it. Perhaps somebody cheat you out of some rent for a couple of months and make you feel like a goofus real bad. And so this is really, and that's where we're going to leave it though. We're going to end right there for a while. So you don't get much more better than this, and this is very not much, but better than nothing. But I can't, I'm too into it, I've done it you did it too many times and shamefully that you cannot judge. See, the only thing you can judge is mischief. And when I ask you, please, 900 a month, 10,000 a month, 1,000 a month, 1,500, and not go the fuck to Baltimore, which ain't around anymore. And if you thought using our energy, abusing like a fuck nut is something, and getting hit with nuclear booms is something to be a fucking ignoramus about, that I learned in school, but you are that ignorant. I value my life. To say, nuke the holy fucking living hell, you are a sponge. Is that something to look at your hands? How does something need to get the holy fucking living bitch killed? Can't even describe that one day, maybe tomorrow, what I see you to give a fuck about, something underneath my skin tells me, Sam, stipulate, please. There's something underneath your skin tells you, yeah, something underneath, and I ain't no cat. That, it's the answer it doesn't mention, oh, I took it, like taking barrages and look. That is nothing to be a jive ass about. So something or someone, please don't mind if I get mad as a whatever. First up, do not deed, nuke everything you can, and fuck it's to us, please. Because I don't think ANTZEE wants to. ANTZEE might just, I died, man, I got it. Then, oh, you forgot to count for that. You play me a schmuck sucking everyone like that way. Oh, you're too stupid, you forgot that one. Kid you not. Kid you not at all. And the atomic combustibility and the anatomical composition of the flight aperture. And now you have the big chicken now. The big chicken. So that guy needs to be protected, worked with, and you are a fucking dickhead that needs the shit knocked out of you, Don Trump, if you're around. Because you want to do nukes away. Let me tell you a funny joke. And you act like it's a funny joke to BETO to laugh about. And that's what the fuck caused all the problems. And so if you can, one could at least darn appreciate it. Wow, man, wow. Not only that, hold on, I want to clean it up. Get on the phone, be friendly. See, you're not, you have to be friendly. No, you have to be. What was wrong with that last sentence or two? You want to kiss John's dick? I say the same thing to ANTZEE too sometimes. You need a pipe up your ass or something? What is it that Don Trump is more fun and friendly to be a fucker and kill everyone out and try killing everyone, even if you thought you didn't notice that we were, ANTZEE was a nuclear type refurbishment capability. It ain't auto refurbish. Are you being bossy about it, Steve, or are you being, I need to stipulate, if you think somebody's mom is real, one iota, if I so much as ever, I'm out of here, so I'm in trouble right there. That kind of DOD and mom talk. A atmosphere, or what do they call the firmaments, not a Mario Duncan blown save, fuck around little word. So what, you think you can be a big man, Steve? You're fucking, and that is, I am trying to be a little bit bigger and make your contribution helpful, a little bit. And I think that is very, very much, and if I say it real bit, it may not be, it might be very, 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 it might be, I'm going to try sounding it out real, make a run for it real quick, see if that works. But Damien Reagan, everyone here at you two, and them, not you. Now, I didn't say for you to shut me up yet. I was just going to shut it down, just going to put pound for pound, word for word, paragraph for paragraph, as we did. See right there? So whoever, whatever seems to think that they're the bad guy and somebody can shoot them, still, I don't go with Damien and those guys. And I go with, ow, it's okay. Our Father art in heaven. And I told you once, and if whoever, whatever, even I was going to shut it down, yes, I mean, whatever reason doesn't agree that you saw, I went for Laura way back when I was young. I got in trouble. ANTZEE put me on my knees and made me say my friend. And that is what you're supposed to be doing. Not, whoa, nukes galore. And that goes for you, ANTZEE. Don't tell me, I'm tough, it don't matter. Because that is all that. Just like, in my opinion, because you're just, oh, did I? ANTZEE has this, Chief, don't know that. ANTZEE has this tendency to act as if, come up, oh, did I forget about the cover you be on that one? And so we want to watch out for those areas of these come-offs of, oh, I forgot, oh, Mr. B, I forgot all about it. So that, these information bits cannot be even compared monetarily of anything you've got on the table, sir. Value your life, or don't value your life to something. So whoever ever I find out is trying to ill-commandeer Chief O'Neill, I'm going to be if you put Steve on a little bit of payroll here. don't want to tell you. If you need to I'll fuck somebody up for you. Don't tell you. Give you a hard time. Let it know. He finally got some kind of job. That wouldn't be surprised. Kid you not. So they're trying to keep it at the chain command here, and you need some mirror work real bad. You need these guys castrated, or ended. Fucks. Especially Damon. How can anyone want to bring a wife, assimilation wife? They're out spooing and they're laughing their ass off. Anybody. And you could do it still. You could do a lot better than me because you have way mega energies and I got shit. Don't cuss, Steve. You don't sound that good. Way mega, not even a little bit. And so when the consensus of a repository to assess what energies, I've got some work to do now. I got a couple things to try to write up the habeas corpus areas and how to measure energies or how to get people to have no energy whatsoever. Don't say stop. Every sentence on this one was still good. How to manage individuals and populace to have hardly any energies, just like a little Steve deal. And use condoms at all times. And threats of what vaginas and penises and how to get them, like the type of hybrid people, those type of improvements. These subjects, word for word. You're not impregnable, Don. What's his name? Okay, I'm not. You're right. Again, that's about it. And today is very, very thorough, very, very nice presentation. And so, when it's shared, I don't want to know anybody. Secrecy above. You guys have nuked everything galore, and Dave Adler's there to. If I turn my back, he's very susceptible, but. If you pay an attorney to do the you'd be surprised with a little bit of money, and a little bit of funding, and a little bit on the up and up area of professionalmanship. Somebody do even stand, you almost had something going and dropped it. So, but with this great loss over here, and with some needs for a miracle service, and I don't know, he didn't, I didn't even know. So it's the least thing you ever, and not very much money either, before it gets fladled. Least thing one can ever do. And if Steve is so easy as one of those bummer deals, in true reality, give me a break. And that's about it. Well, there's always more, but that's about it right there. And wow, that was a little better. So what you want to do is send Steve shopping, even swap. I like Steve to swap me, bribing him to stay and begging him to go and stuff like that. That I like to see too. And if the sensor isn't always on Steve all the time, all the place, all the thing, that's really what it is. Not if the sensor was there, then you would just not look transfixed. And so if anybody needs a B6 sign on their forehead before they go, let me know. And may a good word be given, and taken, and shared, and stipulated for those who work and give efforts to give a consensus and for more life to continue. And far free from we evaporate when you're sleeping. So we got to get you guys up with these phase advancements. Remember? Phase advancements, life phase advancements. Phase advancement lives. If the going's good, and I'm not really in the mood for evaporating, going good, hit me with 50 years, 100 years, let me see, I see 100 more. Medical clearances. These were informational bits that seem very pertinent. So let's not throw Steve under the bus, please. And if it's too much or too strong, which it is now, it is. And I'm very tired. I'm trying to pass the baton all day long, umpteen times. Please do that. Okay? And so you can't really get a girlfriend yet until these guys are in. But that, it might, and that's that. Thank you, Dave. That really good. Remember the not the sound. Over and out. Have a good night. Drive safely. Sleep tight. May good Lord, good words, and good camaraderie guide our paths of fate tonight and every night again. Good family areas and values are everywhere demonstrated. CDC got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. And that's that. Good night, sir. Over and out.